Hello my dear health seeker, Inga from Health Origins here, and today I've got an exciting recipe. I'm making Okara Burger Waffles and they worked out really good. So let's begin. And also this video is a video from a series 30 videos in 30 days. Yesterday you saw my sunflower seed cheese. So today is 2nd of July and it's a second video. So for the whole month of July, while I've still got a little bit more time on my hands, I'm gonna be doing a video marathon, 30 videos in 30 days. So I hope you're gonna enjoy it, guys. So let's begin. So we'll start by making my Okara patty. I'm going to link to the original recipe below. However, we're going to do a few modifications because I haven't got a couple of ingredients, but I'm going to just be artistic about it, creative about it, and we'll see how that turns out. So I'm going to put my pot on heat. You could use the frying pan, whatever you use, and first we need to fry some onions. So this is one onion chopped, and then this is about 200 grams of portobello mushrooms. Ideally you would use something a bit more flavorful like shiitake, for example, but I've got the portobello ones to use, so I'm gonna be using that. And the great thing is, if you fry the combination of the two, the mushrooms release their own water, their own juices, so you don't need to add any water or deglaze the pan while dry frying the onions. So that's great to cook, like to fry them together. So I'm just waiting for my pan to heat up a little bit, and then we're gonna start frying. So I'm just gonna add my onions here. I'm going to add the onions to the bottom, and then I'm going to put the mushrooms on top. That way the onions will have a chance to fry a little bit before the mushrooms start releasing their liquids. So I've just spread out the mushrooms just on the top here, and we're going to be frying for a good 2-3 minutes, and we're going to, mix it up and keep on frying until we're happy that they're fried for about 7 minutes in total. So now the mushrooms and onions have really dried up. As you can see, they're starting to stick to the bottom a little bit now. So that is good for me. We wanted to dry them out as much as we can because we don't want a very wet patty. So that is good to go. So all we're going to do is going to put all the ingredients into my food processor to make the Okara burger patty. So let's put everything together. So I'm going to add the onions and mushrooms into my food processor. So my food processor has an S blade in there. So just the traditional blade and the food processor. You could potentially make it in a blender as well, but it would be a little bit trickier. I would say it's best to use the food processor for this. And if you don't have food processor or any other blender, you could potentially just mix everything by hand. You might need to kind of slightly whiz up the oats a little bit to blend it in like a spice grinder or something, so it's more like a flour, and then kind of try and mix it together. But really, to make it properly, you need a food processor. So carrots, so this is 2 carrots that went in. I've got 1 scallion here. And like I say, feel free to follow my original recipe that I've posted below. And if you don't have Okara, because this is obviously my way of using Okara, just feel free to use a tin of drained beans of any sorts, white beans or black beans or kidney beans, any kind of beans should work. So Okara goes in. So this is 1.5 cups of soybean pulp from me making soy milk here. Then I'm putting, instead of rice, I'm putting 1 cup of oats like I mentioned, and half a cup of hummus. So that goes in. So next ingredient, I'll crumble up 1 mushroom bouillon cube here. We also need 1 tablespoon of either ketchup or tomato paste. So I'm going to use ketchup here. And then I also need 1 tablespoon of miso paste. So I've got, this is brown miso paste, it looks like. Red, brown, or even white would work. Just something to give that more umami taste and a bit of saltiness here. So that goes in. Then I need 3 teaspoons of this pulled pork seasoning. So this seasoning doesn't have salt, so I'm not risking of over salting it. Or use just the combination of the original spices that I used in my original video. So 3 teaspoons of this. That's the key to really season the vegetable patties, because you're making this from such neutral ingredients like say okara or beans, then you know, some kind of veggies or oats. To really work as a, you know, tasty veggie patty, it needs to be really spiced up. So then I'm gonna use about maybe two teaspoons of the beetroot juice powder, just to give that nice red color. About 2 teaspoons here. Use, you know, feel free to use the beetroots, cooked beetroots here, and that is it. And then the binder, in the original recipe I used psyllium husk, however I haven't got any to hand at the minute, so I'm using 6 tablespoons of vital wheat gluten. So basically it's just the gluten refined out of the wheat flour. It's not a whole food ingredient, but it's great for making seitan, like vegan kind of meat alternatives. So it acts as a binder, it absorbs some of the liquid, so acts very similar to psyllium husk. So, you know, if you want a more whole food, use 4 tablespoons of psyllium husk, or perhaps if you don't have psyllium husk, you could replace it with, say, either 4 tablespoons of ground flax or 4 tablespoons of ground chia seeds as well. Try that, that should work too. So I'm using 6 tablespoons of vital wheat gluten, just to be as a bit of like a binder, and I'm gonna just blend this up until it's kind of more uniform mass. I don't want it like completely the same. I want a little bits of chunks, but I kind of want it a little bit more uniform. So I'll just pulse it and see how much blending we really need. And then every so often you might need to scrape the sides a little bit to make sure it all mixes in. If any ingredients at the top haven't mixed through yet, you might want to just scrape the sides and keep on pulsing. So I pulsed it for about 15-20 seconds in total, and I'm going to be removing the blade, putting this probably in a separate bowl, and we're going to be making our waffles. And it's a good idea to actually let this burger patty sit and kind of absorb the liquid and kind of harden it a little bit. So I had some chores to run, so it's about 15-20 minutes later actually since we mixed it. I've got my waffle iron getting ready, and once it's hot enough, then we're gonna be making the Okara waffles, savory waffles. So my waffle maker is ready now, and we're ready to make our Okara waffle burgers, or burger waffles, whichever way you're gonna say it. I can't say it properly. So this is a new waffle iron that I bought, and it's been really great non-stick for just normal waffles, but I've never made the savory ones yet. So I'm gonna be just forming it into burger patties like you normally would, and then just placing them in the center like this. So like a large golf ball size, maybe a little bit bigger perhaps, just kind of smallish burgers. And we're gonna cook it for probably, we'll leave it for 5 minutes and we might check, but I think it might need 7 or even maybe 10 minutes. So yeah, so we'll check maybe after 5 or 7 minutes, we'll see. So it's been 6 minutes. Let's have a look what's happening. Ooh, that's looking good, and it's not sticking. So it's been 9 minutes. Let's have a look. So yeah, so I think I'm gonna give it a try now. Yeah, don't know if it needs a little bit more. Let's put the other 2 in, and I'm gonna taste test the first one. So yeah, so maybe I'll do 10 minutes actually. 10 minutes sounds like a good amount of time. You know, with first ones, it's just trial and error, isn't it? Until you figure out the perfect timings for your own device. So now on to the taste testing. I've got a little bit of barbecue sauce just on here, but I'll try it plain without any. It's pretty good. I would say maybe it's not as good as my original burger patty with the psyllium husk that I used with all the, you know, original ingredients. There was a beetroot there was rice, yeah, so this is obviously with oats. I think I prefer the original patty more, but actually, as you know, in a waffle press it really works. Let me try it with a little bit of barbecue sauce. So this is a store-bought barbecue sauce, but actually next video you will see my homemade barbecue sauce, so watch out for that. I'll link once I made that video. Not the best tasting barbecue sauce I've ever had. Well, yeah, so this is pretty good. So you can have that with some salad. So I need to make myself a quick salad, and that's lunch ready. So I'm gonna continue with the rest of them, finish them off. But yeah, so if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. Let me know if there's any other videos that you would like me to make. And yeah, stick with me on this 30 days, 30 videos in 30 days, you know, kind of video marathon I'm going to be doing in July. I hope you'll enjoy it and you'll participate. If you're new here, welcome and subscribe for more videos just like this every Wednesday and Saturday. Or obviously this month you're gonna get more than what you bargained. I'm gonna be having a video every day for 30 days. So enjoy. And remember, food is fuel. So be mindful of what you put in the body. Until next time.